Hi, my name is Nur Ala Shafiqah binti Hashimai, no metric AA250446. So I will introduce you about thermal expansion. So the thermal expansion is the physical phenomenon in which materials increase in size when exposed to heat. As temperature rises, atoms and molecules gain kinetic energy and vibrate more vigorously. This increased movement causes the particle to move slightly further apart, leading to change in a material's length, weight, and volume. Although all materials experience thermal expansion to some extent, the amount of expansion varies depending on the material property and structure. A clear understanding of thermal expansion is essential in the construction industry because different building materials expand at different rates when subject to temperature change. This variation must be taken into account during the design and construction of structure to ensure their safety and durability. If thermal expansion is not properly accommodated, the resulting thermal stresses can cause cracking, warping, deformation, or other form of structural damage. The purpose of this report is to investigate how various construction materials respond to temperature change through thermal expansion. Specifically, it aims to determine the coefficient of thermal expansion of selected material and evaluate how this dimensional change affect their structural integrity and overall performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Safia binti Farah Aswad. My metric number is AA25186. Next, I will explain about the theory of thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is the tendency of material to increase in size when temperature rises. This happens because heat energy causes the atom inside the material to vibrate more rapidly. As the vibration increases, the distance between atoms becomes large, resulting in the expansion of the material. Different materials have different coefficients of thermal expansion, which means they expand at different rates when exposed to the same temperature change. For example, metal generally expand more than concrete when heat. Because of this difference, engineers must carefully select material and consider thermal expansion during the design process. Thermal expansion is an important factor in many engineering applications, such as a bridge, building, railway tracks, and pipelines. Without proper design consideration, temperature change can create internal stress that may affect the performance and safety of structure. Therefore, understanding thermal expansion helps engineers design structure that can withstand temperature variation and operate safely over a long period.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Sarah binti Muhammad Azizi. My metric number is AA25160. Today I will present to you about a application in the thermal expansion. First of all, we have a concrete bridge that we use a expansion joint. They design like an interlocking teeth to provide a physical gap, and they allow the bridge to safely expand during the weather without cracking the concrete. Next, for the number 2, we have a railway tracks. They give an expansion gap when small space left intentionally between the rail tracks. They give the track room to expand when temperature rises during the summer. Without this gap, the track would be buckled and bent. Next, for the number 3, we have to apply in this. We can apply this thermal expansion in daily life. For example, a thermometer. A liquid inside the thermometer have a liquid expansion. They expand and rise up to the capillary tube when heated. The function is allow to people to read the temperature accurately based on the level of the expansion. As for the number 4, we have opening jammer jar lids. A thermal quick freeze. When we pour hot water over a metal jar lid, the metal lid expands faster than the glass jar and loosening it so it can be opened easily. That's all for me.
Also, thermal expansion is natural phenomenon. It can create several problems if it's not properly managed. One common problem is the formation of fracture crack. When a material prevents from expanding freely, internal stress building up within the structure. Over time, this stressor can cause cracks to develop in concrete walls, floor, and other structural components. Another issue is weakening of joint and connection. Excessive thermal stress may cause connection between structural elements to shift, loosen, and become neglected. This can reduce the overall stability and strength of the structure. In addition, long-stay members such as beam, bridge, and railway tracks may experience bending, buckling, and deformation when exposed to high temperature. This change in shape can affect structural performance and create safety risks. Repeated cycle of expansion and construction can also loosen fastening, bolts, and seals. As a result, structure may experience water leakage, reduced efficiency, and increased maintenance costs. Therefore, engineers often use expansion joint, flexible connection, and suitable construction material to minimize the negative effect of thermal expansion and ensure the long-term durability of structure.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Adila binti Bahtia. My matrix number is AA251087 from Group 1 Section 2. I will explain about the methods to reduce the thermal expansion effects. First effect is suitable materials. In construction, engineers often use suitable materials depends on weather and environment. Engineers usually use the material that have low coefficient towards thermal expansion effect. It is because it can minimize the changes of the structures. Alloys and concrete are more resistant to expansion and shrinkage. Second method is expansion joints. Expansion joints commonly used in bridge, railway, and roads. It produces the small gaps between each other to allow the expansion and shrinkage process when temperature changes occur. If the joints are not applied, it can lead to crack due to the higher pressure. Third method is structural design. During design and planning the structures, engineers need to determine the effect of the thermal expansion on the structures. By that, engineers can apply the other alternatives to reduce the thermal expansion effect, such as produce some space to allow the movement when temperature changes occur. Last method is use temperature control system. Temperature control system help engineers to reduce the structural failures. It is because it can predict the amount of expansion and can increase the safety and durability on the structures. Some industries apply this method to maintain the stability of operating conditions to avoid the high expansion on their industry. Furthermore, some industries use this method to reduce the cost of maintenance.
So today I will explain about 6.0 case study. So 6.1 background of the case is thermal expansion can become a serious concern in large rigid structure when it is not properly accounted for during design and construction. One common real-world example can be seen in commercial concrete buildings and exposed parking structures, where repeated temperature change place significant stress on the material. These structures are often exposed to outdoor conditions and may experience substantial show temperature fluctuation between daytime and nighttime. Over time, the continuous expansion and construction of concrete can generate internal stresses that lead to structural deterioration. This case study examined a multi-story commercial concrete building that experienced extensive cracking and joint swelling as a result of inadequate provision for thermal movement. The damage highlights the importance of incorporating effective thermal expansion measures to maintain structural performance and prevent long-term deterioration. Okay, we continue to 6.2, problem description. During period of high seasonal temperature, the ambient temperature fluctuated from a nighttime low of 22 Celsius to a daytime high of 38 Celsius, resulting in a temperature difference of 16 Celsius. The building roof, deck, and upper exposed floor, both constructed from reinforced concrete, were subjected to direct sunlight throughout the day. As a result, the concrete absorbed heat and expanded. However, the structure was unable to accommodate this thermal movement effectively. The expansion joint installed during construction were either spaced too far apart or had become clogged with non-compressible debris over time, reducing their ability to function as intended. In addition, the surrounding rigid column and shear walls restricted the natural movement of the concrete with little room for expansion. Thermal stresses accumulated within the structure, preventing the concrete section from expanding freely.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So, especially for Madam Azrin, my name is Norik Mahikal bin Nurisham. My number card matric is AA252158. So, for my part, I will explain about my conclusion at thermal expansion. So, for the conclusion, thermal expansion is an important factor that must be considered in building structure. Thermal expansion occurs when construction materials such as concrete and steel expand as the temperature increases and contract when the temperature decreases. Although this movement is usually small, it can create significant effect on the structure when it occurs repeatedly over a long period of time. Based on the discussion in this presentation, thermal expansion can cause several structural problems if it is not properly considered during the design and construction stage. These problems include cracks in walls, floor, and concrete elements, failure of joints, buckling of structural members, and water leakage through damage correction. Over time, these issues can affect the safety, stability, and durability of a building and may result in costly maintenance and repair work. This case study presented in this report clearly shows the importance of allowing structure to move freely when exposed to the temperature change. When expansion joints are insufficient of structural movement is restricted, thermal stress can build up in the structure. As a result, building components may become damaged and their performance may gradually decrease. To overcome this problem, engineers can apply several effective solutions. One of the most common methods is the installation of expansion joints, which is provide space for material to expand and contract safely. In addition, engineers can select suitable material with lower coefficient of thermal expansion and use proper structural design technique to accommodate temperature-related movement. Temperature control system and regular maintenance can also help reduce the negative effect of thermal expansion. So, in conclusion, thermal expansion has a significant impact on the building structure and should never be ignored. Understanding its effect in implementing appropriate solution are essential to ensure the safety, durability, and long-term performance of buildings. By considering thermal expansion during the planning, design, and construction stage, engineers can create structure that remain safe, stable, and functional throughout their service life. So, thank you for attention and thank you for watching my presentation. That's all. Thank you.